So Eric FFP, what's up Eric FNP, good morning everywhere. Right, so I am in Singapore still. I'm doing a quick video on some quick upgrades I've done for my one and only Transition Spur. It's one of those love-hate relationships with this bike. It's a good bike, it's fantastic, but it did also cut me deep when it injured me some time ago, in fact last year, and I've got a mark remembering that bike for the rest of my life on my left shin. Having said that, however, it is still the most fun bike I've ever had, owning. I had the pleasure of owning, basically. So I did some tweaks to it. I changed the certain things. So let's just dive into it and take a look. And again, let me know what you think. And here we have it, ladies and gentlemen. The one, the only Transition Spur. So I've done really very small modifications. In fact, if anything, it's almost negligible. But nonetheless, I would like to share it with you to see how the bike will ride after all these changes. The biggest change of all will be the suspension fork. So previously I used the X-Fusion RC32. So those are the 32 sanctions, and although those ride well, it did feel a bit spongy. So it's not, I think it doesn't suit the ride very much. Yeah, it was actually quite spongy. And then after which, what I like about this one is that these are 34 sanctions, these Axion, SR Suntour Axions. And these come with the new PCS, there you go, the PCS technology, so to speak. So allegedly it's supposed to be quite comfortable, it's supposed to be very, full of feedback and everything else. What I don't like about this fork, however, because I used this fork on another bike previously, on my Scott Contessa 930. That one had a lockout for the front lock, for the front suspension, but this Spur doesn't have one, so I didn't bother to use one as well. There is a bit of a difference in the feel, or sorry, in the look. It doesn't look as, it doesn't look as nice, in my opinion. That thing sticking out like that, it feels a bit weird. But other than that, I think it still is a better fork in my opinion compared to the X-Fusion RC32. I'll give some feedback later on after I do some ride reviews on this one. And then the other one that I've changed is actually still, it's a very simple addition as well. It's a saddle, and this is the Octane 1 saddle, and the reason why I got this is to match the rims which I have that are also Octane 01s, as well as the hub sets which I have, the oil slick ones that are also Octanes 01s. So at least right now the bike is reasonably less in variants of brands. It's got I think right now the Octane 01s for the wheel set basically, and then saddle. Oh yeah, I did change the rear tire to Recon, because previously I was on a DHR2 and I didn't like it. So this bike basically is almost a reasonably new and upgraded in my opinion, because it's a Recon, so it's light at the back and it still is also very bitey. I think, to be honest, it is not as good as the Minion SS. However, I think this one, the Recon, allows you to ride in the wet better than the Minion SS, in my opinion. I've only tried it once in the wet for this, so let's see how it goes. Yeah, everything else was the same from previous. I will give you a link of my original build for the Transition Spur, somewhere up here. There you go. Click on that link to see my original one. Other than that, what else did I do to this bike? Nothing much. Oh, and yeah, I changed it to the SDG Trice grips. These were nice, and the color coordination is actually quite sexy as well. That's why I got it. Oh, I beg your pardon. Actually, one last change. I did upgrade this from my XT to my previous X01 SRAM for the rear derailleur. Let's see how it goes today. The overall feel, whether it's smoother than the XT one. Because the XT one previously in my video, I've got difficulties changing it accurately. So I hope this X01 one will actually do the job even better. Alright folks, well, there's nothing else to this bike. You know, I've got the Chinese made cassettes, Octane 1 wheel sets, race face SL crank, SID Ultimate for the rear shock, Brannex dropper post if I'm not mistaken. We have got the Octane 1 saddles, we've got the SR Suntour Axion 34 sanction 130mm travel fork, nuke proof bottom bracket, nuke proof headset, nuke proof stem, nuke proof handlebar alloy, and after which these are Maguras Rail Sport if I'm not mistaken. So these are the one finger levered ones. Yep, well, there you go. It's a very basic bike. It's not one of those, you know, pip my ride bikes, but it does what it needs to do. It's fantastic. I think it's still one of the best bikes I've ever owned, as I mentioned just now. Well, there you have it folks. Thanks for watching. Remember to smash the like button, comment below as well please. That's very important to me. I will know whether I am doing it correctly, whether you think that there should be some other comments, additions, yada yada yada. You know, I would like to know how you feel about my bike, and of course if you have a Spur as well, let me know how your setup is like. And don't forget to, of course, subscribe to the channel please. It's free, it doesn't take you much effort. Just click the subscribe button. Don't click on the bell. I don't do that either for a lot of my subscriptions, so I don't think there's a need to. But you know, it would be mighty nice of you if you could, again, as I mentioned, like the video, share the video, comment to the video, subscribe to the channel. Alright, so again folks, don't forget, as I normally say, there's no such thing as a shit bike as long as it makes you smart. So Eric FNP, peace out all the way here from cloudy Singapore.